Hi guys, thanks for joining my YouTube channel. Well guys, today in this video, we will hear how Melody, Shari, and her mom, Miss Vanessa, experienced similar situations in their marriage. No, the situations were not the same because Miss Van did not have any children and her ex-husband was not as disrespectful as Martell was. But I guess he was disrespectful, which caused them to get divorced. Perhaps he committed adultery as well. She didn't say that, but I'm just speculating that that's an assumption. So here Miss Van explains the wisdom that she gave Melody when Melody was going through her ordeal and situation she was going through with Martell, which brought her to her final decision to finally get a divorce. Miss Van indicated that she's not the type of person to tell her daughter, you should divorce him or to leave her marriage. She said she left those decisions up to Melody. She would never tell a woman, to leave her marriage, which is understandable. We know many women stay in toxic marriages for different reasons. You know, uh, I'm not going to go through them all here, but they doubt themselves. They don't love themselves. They don't know their worth. Sometimes they're single. They don't want to be a single parent. Sometimes, they've been a stay-at-home mom and they don't have any income. They don't have a job or any means, to get out. And, all these things have been reasons for women to say that they've stayed. But, where there's a will, there is a way. There's always a way. It's going to be hard. It may be hard, harder than somebody else's situation or somebody who has money saved. But there is a way, and I wouldn't recommend that anybody stay in their marriages for these specific situations. Sometimes, a lot of the times, you know, um, people like the aesthetics of the way the family looks, the couple, how the years under their belt. A lot of times it's more difficult, if you're in business together or you all have, assets, properties, and so on. It's not as simple as, a marriage who, rents an apartment or something of that nature. I mean, these things become very technical. So, again, enjoy the video. Leave your comments down below. Let me know, would you recommend that somebody leave a marriage where they're being, physically is one type of abuse, but mentally abused or, cheated on constantly? Or, is that something that you would recommend? Or, you feel like, you stay silent in the situation, especially if it was your daughter? Would you give your daughter that type of advice, saying, you have to get out of this. This guy is abusing you, so on and so forth. Or, would you just allow your child or a friend to make these kinds of decisions on their own? Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.
I would tell anyone, to be true to you. And if you're stuck in a situation like that, isolation brings about elevation. You know,
Yes.
do some isolation, seek God for yourself. Cut, shut out all the noise. That's the first thing you have to do.
Yeah.
Because and learn to put yourself first. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with putting yourself first. So, I would tell anyone, first, go into isolation, wait to hear from God, and whatever decision you and God make, follow it through. It might be difficult. I think the biggest thing for me was I felt like I was letting people down.
Oh, talk
You
about
know,
that. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I felt like I was letting people down because we had built a congregation, and our congregation came from the streets. You know, they weren't recycled Christians, like they weren't going to a church and then started coming to our place of worship. So, you know, a lot of it was, you know, we want all these people, you know, to the Lord, and they're here, you know, looking at us as their spiritual mom and dad, you know. If I can't handle this, or if I walk away from this, I'm going to let them down, you know, and that was my main thing, you know. And unfortunately, the church is always get hit with something. And